What is good, Smooth Nation? We are here for another reaction video. Gonna react to Wile E. Coyote versus Tom and Jerry from Looney Tunes. Now, this is one of those funny death battles. Every season, what the heck? Every season or two, they do one of these funny death battles. That's just all comedy. I've just come to embrace them. It's tradition at this point.
Fight! Wile E. Coyote, the fastest and furriest of the Looney Tunes.
Tomcat, the powerhouse pussycat from Tom and Jerry.
The fans voted for it, and we're here to deliver.
He's with
I didn't want to get the...
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win.
I didn't want to get the ones
death
from
battle.
the TikTok shop.
In tales told over a shimmering campfire by the tribes people of North America, there was no figure so cunning, so bold as Coyote. To the Miwok, he was a Prometheus who stole fire from the heavens to give to humanity. To the Sewetmuk, he was a foolish trickster who could die and return to life.
And to the brothers Warner, he's just a poor dumb schmuck who can't catch a break.
To this day, the great coyote stalks the American Southwest, hunting his indefatigable prey, the Roadrunner. And this modern Wile E. Coyote is driven by a ruthless entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah, and it drove him straight off a cliff. He'll chase that bird-shaped happily ever after to his own inevitable undoing. Such is the luck of the common...
This is real Toon Force, and not that fake Toon Force that Luffy has. This real Toon Force.
You might not expect it from an anthropomorphic canine Job, but Wile E. was born the son of world-famous hunter Cage E. Coyote. His father raised him from infancy to hound his avian adversary, and forbade him to speak until he tasted victory. On the face, an easy task. Coyotes are incredibly adaptable predators, capable of hunting in both rural and urban environments.
They're also speedy little demons. They can sprint at up to 43 miles per hour. Though that's cold comfort when that blue meeping bastard can make beams of light look stone still, or outrun a car that was moving fast enough to travel through time.
Frankly, it's incredible that Wile E. manages to consistently keep...
Does the Looney Tunes even have a canon? Does Tom and Jerry have a canon timeline? It's literally just random episodes.
Keep up with his prey.
They should get all the Toon Force characters together to see who's the strongest.
At all. He does.
No, really, it's actually stated that only a, quote, tiny little extra burst of speed separates the Coyote and the Roadrunner. Heck, Bugs Bunny himself needed to take super speed supplements in order to move fast enough to outrun Wile E.
But almost as fast isn't fast enough. Fortunately, Wile E's got an endless assortment of gadgets, gizmos, and reams of blueprints to make up the difference.
He's got your classics like dynamite, anvils, and spring-loaded boxing gloves, along with heavier artillery like heat-seeking missiles, a 10 billion volt electromagnet, and a friggin' trebuchet, a Reddit favorite.
Many of which he invented himself and uses in excruciatingly detailed schemes that inevitably go awry. Despite being a self-described super genius, Wile E has an officially measured IQ of 3.
That's the same IQ as a cactus.
Okay, the test results were fake, but he's still an idiot.
So why not let a soulless corporation do the hard work for him?
Acme sells any product that you can imagine, and Wile E is their most devoted customer, contributing up to 99% of its multi-billion-dollar revenue.
Thanks for the inherited wealth, Pops. Oh,
I thought I was bad with money. You know, I got Rocket Bench a while ago because to track my spendings. I haven't programmed it properly. I know that's the wrong terminology because it's also counting how much I'm putting in savings and stuff. But I'm doing pretty bad.
Don't worry, I'm spending it all in one place.
This nigga's
He's got an
even worse.
Acme Book of Magic, Acme Cloner,
I'm not an idiot, but wow.
Acme Death Ray, Acme City in a Box, Acme Universal Remote, which can pause, fast forward, and rewind a person through time.
Too bad half the stuff Wile E uses is intentionally sabotaged because Acme's board of directors is exclusively Roadrunners. My man cannot catch a break. but he sure can take some punishment.
No matter the severity of his failures, Wily is still a toon and can bounce back from just about anything.
He's been sliced, stabbed, squashed, exploded, melted, blasted into a constellation, and overall verbed for the last 87 years straight, without ever actually dying. He once got fully disintegrated into ash and popped back up like it was nothing.
Similar to the immortal coyote of Sewetmuk legend.
He's also shattered the fourth wall tons of times and even left the comic page entirely to catch the Roadrunner. Ah, so close.
Believe it or not, there is actually a biological reason for these abilities. Loony DNA. Every toon's got it, not just the loony ones. And it's what lets them survive fatal damage up to being fully erased off the page, essentially dictating their personal slice of reality to whatever
So there is a canon in Looney Tunes. There is a canon.
is funny.
Like how gravity only affects the coyote when he looks down.
Toons are immune to the laws of physics as we know them.
That's why Wily developed a counter to this immortality, the Loony DNA Dissolver, which leaves toons vulnerable to fatal wounds the same way we are. Yet again, so close. You can't say he hasn't tried everything.
That's some shit that Rick Sanchez would try to do.
Was Wily's experience as a veteran toon that landed him a job at Acme University as department chair of the School of Hard Knocks, teaching up-and-coming Tiny Toons how to use their abilities.
Okay, so Naruto.
And just like Naruto's jutsus, Toon Force works like an actual power system, with more experienced toons like Wily who are more powerful than their younger counterparts.
And that means Wily should be capable of replicating feats and abilities performed by any other Looney Tune, like traveling between different
This is just how big power scaling has gotten.
mediums or altering the plot of the
It's
cartoon
within
he's
the
in.
canon
My
of
favorite was
freaking
the
Looney
time Plucky
Tunes.
Duck
Looney
used
Tunes.
Marvin the Martian's matter transmogrifier to suck up the entire universe.
And then suck up the animator animating his universe.
And then suck up the animator's universe for good measure.
Wily's got a cushy 10-year job teaching that stuff. Impressive for an abject failure at his life mission. He's helped stop a meteor from destroying Earth.
I
beat
just
the
noticed.
Monstars and
Oh, never mind. I thought it was gonna be Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner versus Tom and Jerry. No, this is just Wile E. Coyote versus Tom Cat.
basketball. And even, whoa, snap! Caught the Roadrunner! Oh, wait, never mind. So damn close!
According to 1977's Tweety and Sylvester issue 67, Wile E. Coyote has attempted to catch the Roadrunner 4,776,842 times. Scaling to the present, that's over 10 million failures.
That takes dedication, or maybe self-destructive stubbornness. Too blinded by bird lust to see the forest for the trees.
But Acme's intentional malfunctions and Coyote's recklessness don't account for all of his catastrophes. There's something else, something grander, otherworldly, standing in the way of our furry friend's salvation.
Wiz, there's no other way to say it. God is just plain out to get this guy.
Wait, has he eaten anything? Has Wile E. Coyote eaten anything? Because he can't eat the Roadrunner because he keeps failing. What has he eaten? Is there another Roadrunner? I'm pretty sure coyotes eat more than just Roadrunners. They can eat something else.
And by God, we mean the closest thing that exists for Coyote and Roadrunner. Chuck Jones.
The guy that created him and helped forge the Looney Tunes into how we know him today.
Originally meant to be a parody of earlier chase cartoons like, well, Tom and Jerry, Jones established several rules for their animated shorts that superseded Coyote's reality warping toon abilities.
Rules that cover his obsession, faulty products, and the fact that no outside force, not even the Roadrunner, is to blame for his defeat. Just him.
While other creatives have altered this formula in the decades since Jones's departure, these rules have effectively made the Coyote's defeats cosmically ordained.
God nerfed Wile E. Coyote. In all our years making Death Battle, we have never seen a handicap like that.
But what else can you expect from our fanatical furry fail son? He's the Sultan of Slapstick, the CEO of Second Place, the swing and a miss superstar. As long as he picks himself back up and dusts off the ashes, that'll never be all, folks, for Wile E. Coyote.
I think they inadvertently admit that Tomcat was stronger.
The year was 1939. War raged in Europe between the British Tommies and the German Jerrys. As the beleaguered English made their miraculous escape from the German encirclement off the coast of Dunkirk, one might have called the battle a game of cat and mouse?
Oh wow, is that actually where their names come from? I'm looking this up.
Regardless of their names' origin, William Hanna and Joseph Barbera's infamous cat and mouse duo became the undisputed kings of slapstick comedy.
The formula is simple, and we all know it. Tomcat chases Jerry Mouse around the house. Brutal, bone-shaking, I felt that in my balls. Violence ensues, and Tom is reprimanded by Mammy Two Shoes.
Who is, let's say very much from the 1940s.
And if you're like me, all you wanted to see was Tom wipe that smug smirk off that little rat's face. Despite my well-documented hatred of cats, even I've got to cringe at years of propaganda to convince us to side with the filthy, flea-ridden rodent over man's second best friend. Oh, big yawn.
House cats like Tom are actually some of Earth's most successful predators. They can run up to 30 miles per hour, leap 6 feet high, and despite being commonly perceived as nocturnal, they're actually crepuscular and hunt in the dawn and evening.
Tom specifically is a British Shorthair. They're strong, stocky Roman cats bred to withstand harsh conditions. And for Tom, harsh conditions is an understatement.
Tom has collected a crazy assortment of weapons in his
How does he
war
afford
against
those
mouse
things?
kind. Sure, most of it is the stuff you can find around the average American household, like baseball bats, lead pipes,
And guns! Lots and lots of guns. But he's got wackier things like a magic wand, a robo-cat, vanishing cream, and a smart cap that gives him all the knowledge in the world.
I'm partial to the Sword of Light and Dark, which severs you from your own shadow, or the Rewind Remote, which can move your victim backwards through time.
And you can't forget the cat car and cat jet, spelled with K's of course, but just the cat part.
Tom's arsenal is heavily improvisational, which fits his quick thinking in fights over Thanksgiving turkey. Though he often loses his bouts with Jerry, it's not usually because he's dumb or incompetent. Rather, he's just genuinely outplayed.
And even in defeat, he's one tough son of a gun. He's been crushed, blown up, had every bone in his body broken, shattered, melted, and vaporized to dust, and survived.
Well, mostly. Tom actually has kicked the bucket multiple times, but little known cat fact, he has 9 lives, as established in the episode Heavenly Puss.
Oh, Wiz was conducting some different kind of research when he stumbled on that episode.
Very funny. Even if Tom starts to use his lives up, he has a potion that just restores them.
Or he can physically go get them back from hell. Where all
Hold
cats
up.
go. Or he can physically go get... Can't forget the cat car and cat jet, spelled with K's of course, but just the cat part.
Tom's arsenal is heavily improvisational, which fits his quick thinking in fights over Thanksgiving turkey. Though he often loses his bouts with Jerry, it's not usually because he's dumb or incompetent. Rather, he's just genuinely outplayed.
And even in defeat, he's one tough son of a gun. He's been crushed, blown up, had every bone in his body broken, shattered, melted, and vaporized to dust, and survived.
Well, mostly. Tom actually has kicked the bucket multiple times, but little known cat fact, he has 9 lives, as established in the episode Heavenly Puss.
Oh, Wiz was conducting some different kind of research
Yeah,
when he
I
stumbled
had to
on that
rewatch
episode.
that.
Very funny. Even if Tom starts to use his lives up, he has a potion that just restores them.
Or he can physically go get them back from hell. Where all cats go.
Extremely hardcore for a tune, but there isn't much of a limit to what Tom can do. He can clone himself, levitate in the air, make his imagination real, and even break the fourth wall and enter the real world.
Yeah, if you only watch the classic cartoons from the 40s, you may be in for a shock. Tom and Jerry gets buck wild, much like the actual inspirations for their names. Thank you, Google.
Oh, you're still on this?
Toy Whiz. They were actually named after the 2 characters in Pierce Egan's delightful life in London, Jerry Hawthorne and Corinthian Tom. It was adapted to the stage with the title Tom and Jerry, which later became a catch-all term in 1800s England for young, drunken rabble-rousers.
One could, in fact, say that many rabbles were roused the times Tom destroyed a planet-busting asteroid, lifted up the sun, and was blown up into a constellation. And he was just fine. Just a bunch of stars now, but
Looks
he's
like
okay.
it's gonna be a
Take an
match.
explosion that launched him through time to the Stone Age and has run through space at massively faster than light speeds.
That shouldn't be a surprise when he and Jerry have been at each other's throats for over 80 years now. But what may surprise you is the fact that at the end of the day, they're actually
Older than
friends.
Superman.
And they've worked together tons of times to save the day.
They are
when
not
helped a
freaking
little
friends.
orphan
They are
girl.
not friends. I don't care what that stupid movie says. Tom and Jerry are not freaking friends. Okay, friends don't freaking stab each other. Friends don't blow each other up. Ignore this retarded movie. Nostalgia Critic said it best. Tom and Jerry are not friends.
Starling find her way home. Oh, that's a nice end to their story.
Don't you believe it? Now is when we have to talk about Tom and Jerry Chase. Long ago, the warrior god, Lord of Sichuan, Erlong Shen, battled the tricksy and indomitable Mouse King atop Peach Mountain, leading the goddess Celeste to declare the two the strongest warriors in the realm. And they were, in fact, Tom and Jerry. They were even stronger than Devil Tom, who repelled corruption by the darkness.
What the heck is this? What?
Peach Mountain, leading.
Was that a freaking Sun Wukong Jerry?
Shen battled the tricksy and indomitable Mouse King atop Peach Mountain.
Sun Wukong Jerry.
Leading the goddess
Are you freaking serious?
Celeste to declare the two the strongest warriors in the realm. And they were, in fact, Tom and Jerry. They were even stronger than Devil Tom, who
Devil Tom? What?
corruption by the darkness. This mysterious, malevolent force threatened to consume the Tree of Life, whose branches encompass all of time and space. Banding together, these warriors use the star element to dispel the darkness and save the universe.
Tom and Jerry, man.
While it may sound completely insane, it is. Chase is a Chinese mobile gacha game whose lore is not entirely in keeping with the spirit of the source material. However, it is officially licensed by Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment, which means we have to include it in our research.
So that the gods may grant us mere mortals some heavenly push.
No!
Friendly rivalry aside, though, Tom has actually managed to catch the little rat fair and square a few times.
By my count of the original shorts, 19 times.
I could watch him on repeat forever. Too bad he's still a filthy feline. The only kitty I truly respect is named after booze.
Well then, you're in luck, because the Tom and Jerry of English literature later became the namesake for a famous Christmas cocktail.
Because there's no better way to get absolutely trashed than with good old Tom and Jerry.
My savings.
Guess what? Death Battle has merch now.
That's right, Boomstick, and you can pick some up for yourself on our brand new website, deathbattle.gg.
Just click the merch tab at the top. We've got mugs, stickers, shirts, and more.
I'm partial to the official researcher's notebook. I promise it's not a death note. See, it says so right on the cover.
Sure. There's also exclusive merch for website members, like my beer cooler, which keeps my beer nice and cold. And I guess, theoretically, other beverages too.
Then there's the limited time Game Over tee, which won't be available much longer, so if you want it, go grab it quick.
We'll be releasing more stuff throughout the year, so check back for updates. Picking up an item or two really helps support independent Death Battle, so we want to say a big thank you to everybody that's already placed an order.
Head over to deathbattle.gg and pick the piece of Death Battle swag that's right for you. All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a Death Battle!
Alright. My money's on Tom. The nigga is Sun Wukong, bro. If you can throw hands to Sun Wukong, you're a gangster. They didn't say fight. I just noticed this.
Come on, you apes! You wanna live forever!
I would say it's cheating to use the other guy's ability, but screw it now. Wait, but he doesn't have Looney Tunes DNA.
Wile E. Coyote, super genius.
Oh, thank God one of them actually died this time. I mean, no! Animal cruelty, no!
Considering coyotes eat cats, I'm not surprised.
While both Cat and Coyote were incredibly powerful,
I was
they weren't
surprised.
literal gods who could snap their problems away. They had limitations and weaknesses that could be exploited, especially by each other. Let's first talk their stats.
Both were strong enough to contend with universe-threatening phenomena, but comparing Wile to Plucky Duck, Looney Tunes can not only destroy their own universe, but their animators as well.
And while Tom could move faster than light, Wile could keep up with the Roadrunner, who could outspeed a car fast enough to travel through time. That's immeasurably fast, and much faster than Tom. Wile gets the edge in stats.
Wile's arsenal was a bit better too, believe it or not. Even eliminating the devices that have been shown to malfunction, he still countered everything Tom had.
The biggest being the Looney DNA Dissolver, which could render Tom's cartoony healing factor moot and end the fight.
While Tom has never been shown to have Looney DNA specifically, the concept clearly has nothing to do with actual DNA molecules.
Looney Tunes have been erased completely and still returned, so it's clearly something more fundamental to their essence.
And since the Dissolver works on any tunes, not just the Looney ones, it should apply to Tom. But considering how much of a screw-up Wile is, it wasn't a sure bet. Hell, it could have backfired, especially considering how much more competent Tom is.
When it came to intelligence, Wile's engineering and scheming genius were often defeated by his own ego and stubbornness. Tom, on the other hand, was consistently more flexible, pragmatic, and victorious in his fights. He definitely gets the edge there.
Oh, and Tom has one other big advantage. He doesn't have God nerfing him.
And that's the big question. Was Tom capable enough to benefit from Wile's narrative-enforced bad luck and see the DNA Dissolver backfire against him?
That bad luck is a core part of Wile's character as a cartoon. So let's call it his, toonliness.
To find the answer, we dug deep through the bowels of Looney Tunes lore and ended up in an unexpected place: Space Jam.
Where Wile yet again fails against the Roadrunner, but against the villains of the movie, the Monstars, he actually scores.
And scores again in the sequel, more than anyone else. But according to Chuck Jones's rules, that shouldn't happen, right?
Throughout his entire history, Wile's cosmically ordained failures only occur when he's specifically chasing the Roadrunner, or other tunes the plot bends around like bugs, because that's what Chuck Jones's rules were written for: Coyote and Roadrunner cartoons.
And even then, looking closely, they've been broken a few times throughout the decades, even during Chuck Jones's tenure.
Without the universe nerfing him, there's no reason to think Wile couldn't eventually land a hit with the Looney DNA Dissolver.
Especially when the only reason it failed was because of the Roadrunner's intervention, a direct violation of Chuck Jones's limitations on the Coyote.
And especially when it's the only thing that either one had that could kill the other.
Despite lacking Wile's narrative impediments, and despite having a better track record overall, Tom ultimately had no surefire way to kill Wile, whereas Wile's superior strength, speed, and looting arsenal ensured his victory.
Wile gave one hell of a chase and left Tom Jones in for a rematch.
The winner is Wile Coyote.
Next time on Death Battle.
Something good. Oh, you gotta be fucking. He's dead. Well, why do you hate Miles Morales so much? Well, Miles Morales is freaking dead since he's fighting Deku.
Subscribe and join as a member to see.
This isn't a fight. I'm tired of these stomps. I want close matchups. I'm tired of these stomps, man. Well, like, subscribe. See you guys later. Smooth Nation, you're dismissed.